Okay. That's it. Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shemir Shah Rakatham to our brother. Shalom, Yahweh Shamar. Thon by Shemir Shah to all my sisters. All right. It's I.S.U.P.K, Minneapolis, with the Brotherhood class. And today we are going to get into, a brief topic. The brief topic today is going to talk about, so-called black leaders or black and Hispanic men that have a face or a foot in the door when it comes to the black community. Recently, the news has been about a couple of things that we want to speak about today. The main thing is A$AP Rocky is in jail. That one brother, what's the one brother's name? Tay-K, the brother that did something about the home invasion. He rapped all about it, and he got convicted of murder. And they trying to give the man 55 years or more when he's only 18, 19 years old, a child, a baby. See what I'm saying? So they're locking up our children as well. Not saying that it's honorable to be in a situation of murdering somebody, because it is against the law, according to the Bible. Okay? It is a sin that should not be committed in the black community. Murdering each other is not brotherly. You see what I'm saying? The Most High has always spoke against that. Black on black crime is something that we decide to use as a way to get back at each other. Killing each other, in our anger, robbing and stealing from each other in our anger, which causes us to hurt each other in many different ways. It is something that a nation should not do against each other. We should build each other up. We can't be a nation if we killing each other. We can't be brothers if we don't lend to each other. Instead, we want to take away something. That's not the spirit of the Most High. It is very much the spirit of Satan. And I just want to get into pretty much a few examples. We have to throw in Christians in this topic today. We got to throw in a few names, people who said that they will vow and put their life on the line for black people and have failed us. Right. And I'm sure a lot of people will recognize these famous names today, okay? Like I said, headline news, the Hispanic brothers, ICE, trying to raid all over this earth to get Hispanics out of their homes and in cages. Wow. There's a video that surfaced the internet within the last 2 weeks of how there were Hispanic men in some type of place where they was in there for over 40 days with the lights on, locked inside a enclosed space with no hygiene and no way of using the bathroom. So you know where they was using the bathroom at. Wow. Exactly where they were standing at, yelling all day and night for somebody to come save them. See what I'm saying? No one was there to deliver them out of that oppression. Meanwhile, everybody's worried about A$AP Rocky being locked up in the UK. And when is he ever going to get out? Now you got Kim Kardashian and you got Donald Trump to the rescue. Wow. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's something glorious. Now, it's sad that the brother is in jail. It's sad that he got harassed and that he got locked up. It's terrible. But the fact of the matter is, these things happen to us because the Lord is allowing it to happen. Why is the Lord allowing black and Hispanic people to be in these conditions today? Because we are in hell. We are going through the curses. We are going through the pain and the suffering. And we are the ones that put ourselves in this predicament. Understand that the heathens are round about us, but we took it upon ourselves to join the heathens. And we learned their customs, learned their ways, and we taught it to each other, which was wrong. That's why today you see the strong influence of politicians, so-called black leaders, who say that they are going to make this change in this office, in this type of seat. And they speak bad against their own kind. right behind the white man, right behind Donald Trump, who has white supremacy, the power of white supremacy, and he is a representation of it. So today, that's what we're pretty much going to speak about. All right, let's go ahead and get into the scriptures. Let me show you the difference between a rich man and a poor man. Let me show you how the Most High has made things in this earth. I'm going to show you today the relationship between the rich man and the poor man, what should happen versus what actually happens in the earth in front of us every day. Okay? You go ahead and get that out.
Come. Luke chapter 16, verse 19. There was a certain rich man with his clothed in purple and fine linen.
Slack, if you could read it just a little louder. The what?
Luke chapter 16, verse 19. There was a certain rich man with his clothed in purple and fine linen.
There's a certain rich man, right? There's a certain rich man that was clothed in linen, fine linen purple. Because back then, purple was a famous color. It was a rich color. It was pretty, it was very expensive. See what I'm saying? So it was something that was looked upon as glorious. If you saw a man with purple, you knew that this man had money. All right? Fine linen. It was designed well. Good material of clothing. Keep going.
And fared sumptuously every day. Verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus.
So there's a certain, no sweat. There's a certain beggar by the name of Lazarus. Lazarus, who was related to Christ and Mary. All right? So this beggar, meaning this man who was homeless, see what I'm saying? This man who was homeless was a beggar, and his name was Lazarus. Keep going.
Which was laid at his gate.
Which was laid at the rich man's gate. Keep going.
Full of sores.
Full of sores. Infections all over his body. He was homeless, man. He had no one to take care of him, to heal his wounds. Keep going.
Verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
And desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
And he wanted what the rich man was eating. He wanted the crumbs. Even if he could not get whatever that rich man was eating, he wanted the crumbs. That's what he wanted. He wanted a little piece of food, man. He wanted something to satisfy his stomach. A lot of times today, you see homeless men that are dying of infections, who are dying, who are sick from all type of illness, begging for some change to eat. They're starving. All homeless men and women don't want drugs, man. They want something to eat. They want a place to stay. Okay? They are in a terrible state. They are at a low state. Keep going.
Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores.
The dogs came and licked his sores. That could mean a lot of things. What does that mean?
That means, like, let's say the Asians, we already down and out, going through all this. Y'all still, come get down on us, when we down and out, kick us while we down.
You said they come down on us. Who's they?
The heat like the
right.
Moab,
Right.
We already going through a struggle, we already down now. Y'all still come get down on us, come set up stores in our neighborhoods, taking our money, talk to us like we ain't nothing,
Right, and right, and I like that answer. And I'm gonna give you an answer for that. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, the heathens come and they do what? They lick our what?
They lick our sores.
And the dogs come in and they lick our sores. See what I'm saying? The dogs come and lick our sores. What that initially means is simply that, you see what I'm saying, that they They pretty much because dogs have what's the thing in their tongue? Enzymes.
Yeah, they tongue is so some of their tongue, they saliva, you know what I'm saying?
Right. It has a protein where it can heal the wounds.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So they come in and they give us welfare. They give us Section 8.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? They give us all these things. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, keep going.
Verse 22, and it came to pass that the beggar died.
That the what?
The beggar died.
It came to pass that the beggar had died. The beggar had died, who was Lazarus. And let's see what happened once the beggar died. Keep going.
And was carried by the angel into Abraham's bosom.
One more time.
And was carried by the angel into Abraham's bosom.
What does that mean?
I believe that means Shalak. I believe that means carried into Abraham's hand, meaning when they was down and out, they took him to Abraham for help.
Okay, Abraham, I don't think Abraham was alive at this time.
Oh, Shalak.
That's what. You got it? You got it?
I forgot that. I remember that. Shalak, I forgot that.
Yeah, come on, no sweat.
I do remember that though.
Come on. So read it one more time.
And was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom.
It was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom, meaning he was in that great resting place.
Right.
Because who was Abraham to the Most High?
Abraham was one of our forefathers.
That he was a forefather to us, but not a forefather to the Most High.
Right, not to the Most High, right.
But do you remember what it says? I believe it says it in Genesis. When it talks about Abraham. If you don't know it, let me know.
I don't know.
No sweat. It's all good. Abraham was a friend of the Most High.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like Abraham was favored by the Most High. You see what I'm saying? You know, we know how loyal Abraham was to the Most High. You see that, you know, Abraham was ready to sacrifice his son Isaac until the Lord told him to stop.
Right.
Remember that, right?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He was so loyal that he didn't give a damn. He trusts, his faith was strong with the Most High.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So Lazarus was buried. He was favored. Lazarus was the one, you see what I'm saying, that was taken care of once he was dead. Okay?
Right.
And you know about how Lazarus, you know how he came back to life because of YAHANNA, right?
Right.
You don't know about that? No sweat. For time's sake, I'll give it to you, and I'll break down why this is so important.
Okay.
Once YAHANNA was called by, I believe, his auntie and his mother, as far as Lazarus' body stinking in the house, because when you die and your body is left, it decays.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Everything's not running. You're not able to filter everything out. So your body is, you know, disposing itself, and it starts to smell.
Right.
For you know, within a certain time, and his body started to smell. His dead body was still in the house. So YAHANNA came, and he said that, you know, paraphrasing, he's sleeping. YAHANNA touched Lazarus, and Lazarus woke up. He came back from the dead.
Okay.
And once he came back from the dead, the Sadducees and Pharisees had a council to try to kill Lazarus. And why do you think they were trying to kill him? Let me know if you could take a guess. Why do you think they was trying to kill Lazarus once YAHANNA brought him back from the dead?
Lazarus was kind of special, sort of.
Is it special?
Yeah,
So the fact that Yahushua brought back Lazarus shows the power that Yahushua had.
Right.
But more than anything, I'll tie it all together. In Luke 16th chapter, with Lazarus being the one that's begging the rich man at his gates, trying to get the crumbs from his table.
Right.
He's needing food. He's ill, he's sick, he has sores all over his body. That is Black and Hispanic people in the ghettos.
Exactly.
We are begging for everything. And the Bible says that we are in need of one of all things. If you want me to prove that we are in these curses, man, I'm going to show you. Not you, but of course, I'm going to show the audience. I'm going to show the brothers and sisters why we go through why we go through the things that we go through. We are in mourning. We are in suffering in need of all things. And we have men and women in position that can help their own people who decide to not give us a hand.
Right.
What they do is they build up Africa. They build up all these places that are just fine, but they never build up Black and Hispanic people. Don't you know Oprah was so happy? She was so happy and willing to throw a couple of extra $1,000 towards Africa.
Right.
Just last year, man. When we are going through hell in North Minneapolis, we are going through hell in Detroit, in the slums of Chicago.
Right.
Don't get me started on North Philly. I stayed in North Philly for a whole goddamn week. Coming into the truth, it is way worse than North Minneapolis. It's terrible, man. So many abandoned buildings. The trash is up to your kneecaps. And that is no exaggeration. I've never been to a place where it's trash everywhere.
Right.
And all the buildings are so clumped together and just looks raggedy. It just looks terrible, man. It doesn't, go ahead. Come. It's all just clumped together, man. See what I'm saying? It's barely any space. You know, where's the place where the kids can play at, be safe? It looks so deserted out. It's like a ghost town. You see what I'm saying? It's terrible. In the meantime, we got all these rich and famous people, Black and Hispanics, who have a job to do. A lot of Black and Hispanic people tell themselves that they don't owe Black people anything. We are a nation. We owe each other everything. We give to each other. It was no problem when we was living on Black Wall Street because our money was recycling within our community that we had before it got destroyed by the KKK, who is the white man, who is a Christian till this day. And somehow Black people are Christians till this day. Knowing that your oppressor, you are serving the same God that your oppressor is serving, which is terrible and wrong in every single way. Okay?
Right.
So that being said, Lazarus is us. We are the ones that's on drugs. We are homeless.
Right.
We are the ones begging for humanity. When you shouldn't even have to beg for humanity, because you are a human being.
Right.
You are a man, you are a woman. You shouldn't have to beg and make a protest to let the white man know who the hell you are. You are the children of Israel. But we have let these heathens have power over us. Now we're suffering, we're going through hell.
Right.
Now the whole earth is in uproar because A$AP Rocky is in jail.
Right.
Now let me tell you something. Once again, it's sad that brother is in jail. He's locked up, but he is getting out. See what I'm saying? It's terrible that all these people who are rich and famous, who are all in jail. But do those Black and Hispanic people really give a damn about their own people? They happy when, you know, the money is coming in.
Right.
They happy with the fame and the fortune. But no one says anything when Black and Hispanic people's lives are on the line.
Right.
I haven't heard much of anybody who is a so-called Israelite, who is an Israelite, speak up against the things that's going on to the Hispanics right now. Ain't nobody trying to go over there and help our brothers and sisters.
Right.
Everybody in the world is worried about the things that are in the world. And that's terrible, man. Where's the love at?
Right.
Where's the sense of, Black Lives Matter? It's what people always say. You see what I'm saying? No one is helping our cause. There's a bunch of rich men out here. But there's a lot of rich men that do not help their own people. And there's more scriptures in the Bible that's going to prove that. Give me Psalms 82 and 3. I'm glad that you found that too. The bottom for that.
82 and 3.
Yeah, Psalms 82 and 3. Come. Psalms 82 and 3. Let you get a second to grab that. Quick. The sister Aria said they turn a blind eye to their own and our problems. And I want to add on to what that sister said. Damn right. See what I'm saying? Look, these sisters know what they're talking about. These brothers and sisters smart and intelligent on this chat, man. See what I'm saying? And that's right. You see what I'm saying? These Black and Hispanic people don't give a damn about their own problems.
Right.
You want to know why? They're too busy doing everything else that's irrelevant. And also, I'm gonna bring a quote out that I'm gonna send to you that A$AP Rocky had said back in 2016 when an interviewer asked him about the things that was going on in the Black community concerning Mike Brown and Eric Gardner.
Right.
Go ahead and get that.
Psalms chapter 82, verse 3. Defend the poor and fatherless.
Say that one more time.
Defend the poor and fatherless.
Defend the poor and the fatherless. That was an order for Black and Hispanics. It was an order for us to understand that we must defend a people. We must defend a certain type of person. Read that one more time and I'll tell you who that is.
Defend the poor and the fatherless.
Defend the poor and the fatherless. That's who you have to defend. It's your obligation as a man and a woman to defend the poor, but the poor of Israel. Ain't no wrong with feeding a Black man. See what I'm saying? You want to know why people are begging on the streets? Because they have been stripped of everything. Black and Hispanic people have been stripped of everything. I don't blame them. They just trying to get by. They trying to live their life. They're trying to live through the misery. That's why they get high. That's why they drink the way that they do. See what I'm saying? May the Lord be with these brothers and sisters, man. That they may prevail against that evil that is upon them, man. That they may destroy, you see what I'm saying, that lifestyle that they in. That they may be able to fight against the devices that the white man has put them in. All this poverty, all this slavery, and all this oppression, man. It can cause you to be homeless, man. It can cause you to, not be yourself anymore. Now you're on drugs. Now you're some alcoholic. Now you committed crime just to get by, get money, to survive. Trying to feed your kids now. You're doing all manner of wickedness just to get by, man. You're finding yourself in the most unhuman places. Sometimes a lot of people find themselves in places where they never thought that they would ever be.
Right.
Doing things that they never thought they would ever do. And sometimes you lose the sight of your own self to the point where you start to hate yourself and you start to hate Black and Hispanics, your own people.
Right.
Self-hatred is something that's very evident in the Black community. It is something that the white man uses against us. It sells. Self-hatred amongst a nation, that's something that the white man can use against you. See what I'm saying? When we kill each other, that says self-hatred. When we speak evil against each other, that says a lot. It says that we don't give a damn about each other. We don't respect each other enough to speak nice things about each other. So many times we see sisters just want to ready to fight, ready to box for the most petty reasons, man. And it's terrible, man. All right? So keep going on that. So we have to defend who?
The poor and the fatherless.
The poor and the fatherless. Who are the fatherless? Give me an example of somebody that is the fatherless in the black community.
Like us. Israel, we the fatherless.
Come, but like, tell me, like, give me an example. How do you know we are the fatherless?
Let's say we like me, I grew up without my father in the household.
Come.
The majority rule, you know what I'm saying? Most of us grew up without father figure, you know what I'm saying?
So those that are fatherless, what can that turn a son that is fatherless, or a woman that is fatherless?
When you grew up without a father, so like when you grew up without a father, you know, 9 out of 10, you're gonna probably go to jail, get hooked on drugs,
right?
Gang bang,
right?
You're gonna turn to other things, you know, so you're gonna look up to other people who won't mean no good, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Gang
So
leaders, all that.
Right. So the fatherless can be anybody that's a father that doesn't have a father, because his father has a strong influence on a child. He's the one that raises up the child, along with the woman, because the woman is learning from the man. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And the thing is, the fatherless can be that criminal. It can be that sister that is at the strip club. You know what I'm saying? Exposing her body to a whole bunch of men that don't give a damn about her, that looks at her as an object.
Right.
They're just throwing money at her for the fun of it, for the hell of it. The fatherless is a criminal. The man that's locked up for many, many years. The fatherless is a man that's very destructive, a woman that's very destructive in many different ways. You know what I'm saying? That's the fatherless.
Right.
All right? Keep going.
Do justice to the afflicted and needy.
One more time.
Do justice to the afflicted and needy.
Who is the afflicted? Give me an example of somebody that is afflicted in the black community. The afflicted and the needy. Give me an example of both.
The afflicted and the needy. The afflicted is the ones, you know what I'm saying, getting gunned down by the police.
Okay, I like that answer. Strong answer.
You know, the needy, you know what I'm saying? People out here begging for change. All people out here begging for change, you know what I'm saying?
Homeless.
Homeless people, you know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
People out here begging for food stamps, different things like that.
Right. So, it's like it. Ultimately, the needy is the homeless.
The homeless.
The needy is the ones that need money for their light bills. The needy is the ones that don't have much, but it's still taking whatever they got and getting by.
Right.
That's also the poor as well. The ones that ain't got the money for the hospital bills. Because, when you're in the slums, when you're in the hood, and you get sick from the diabetes, from the asthma, from the cancer, you're going to find yourselves 9 times out of 10 in and out the hospital. You can go to the hospital as long as you want, but them bills are going to come back to bite you in the ass. Those hospital bills is going to be thousands and thousands of dollars. See what I'm saying? It's going to be thousands and thousands of dollars that can be easily paid off if we had our money together.
Right.
If we had a strong structure together. Because Black Wall Street, we had our own hospitals.
Right.
We can make some pay arrangements around here. Like in the I.S.U.P.K, if we had all these hospitals, man, and somebody is sick, somebody's going through this, somebody going through that, and you can't pay all these bills all at once, we can set up a payment plan, man. We can work something out. I know your family, my family, man, we brothers, man. We can work this out.
Right.
No one's going to come at your doorstep. No one is going to oppress you with that money bill, with that bill.
Right.
Remind you of the debt that you are in. Because not only are you in debt in hospital bills, but you got the rent, you got the lights, you got food, you got child support. You see what I'm saying? You got all these things that are keeping you in debt. You got student loans to worry about.
Right.
Sally Mae won't stop calling your goddamn phone. They want their student loans out. That's what they want. See what I'm saying? Then you got to raise children. You got to work 2-3 jobs. You're a single parent, a single mother, a single father, or you are married. I mean, y'all are married, and it's still tough. You wanna know why? Because you are working 2 jobs and still barely getting by.
Right.
And that is hell on earth. We have to defend those people out. That is our job. That's what we must do. Because if we don't do it, who is? Not Al Sharpton.
Right.
I don't hear no Jesse Jackson no more. Where's he at? Where's all these people that said that they were going to defend our nation?
Right.
They're not around. Where's all these politicians, these black senators, these black judges who said in the middle of them, before they got to that seat, all of these people said that they was going to change history. That's not going to happen, man. You know why? Because they compromised.
Right.
Those brothers and sisters right now, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, A$AP Rocky, whoever else ends up in jail, man. All these people compromised. All these people are being judged by the Most High. They cannot be in those situations if they were doing the right thing, which is keeping the law.
Right.
Doing what they are supposed to do for their nation, which is to defend the nation. Defend the poor, defend the needy, the fatherless, and the afflicted. The Christian church is no help. The Christian church is feeding your emotions. That's all that they're doing. They are playing with you every day. They just gassing you up every single day. And they are giving you empty hopes, a whole lot of nothings. That's not going to help you fight against this war, against this battle. Now, when the Sadducees and Pharisees were trying to kill Lazarus, because they saw the power that Yahushua had, that it would prove to the world that he is the Son of the Most High, the Son of Man, that this will change everything. The power that we have in the I.S.U.P.K can change this world out, but it takes us to make this thing happen. So we have to sharpen ourselves. Not only will we get disciplined and chastised, but we have to do the same for ourselves. We have to put ourselves in a position of saving Black and Hispanic people's lives. And that takes a lot of sacrifice. It's not going to be easy. There's things that we want to do in life. A lot of us want to get high. A lot of us want to be lazy and just sit back behind the scenes. A lot of us don't want to do nothing. We want to just, a lot of people sit around and do nothing. They sit on the internet and say, oh man, that's terrible. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Oh, that's crazy. Share, share, share. Like. Let me comment. But no one is putting in the work. And that's not, I mean, you gotta move your feet. You gotta get up. You gotta move around and make something happen. Otherwise, things will continue to be the same. And no matter how long the shit takes, make the effort. At least show the Most High that you put in some goddamn years. You put in some time to at least say, Lord, I'm here. I've been showing up. I've been here for 4 years. I've been here for 16 years. I've been here for 30 years. Lord, I'm 100 and some years old. I've been here. Let's say that you died. You did what you were supposed to do. It did not go in vain. But make sure that you teach the next man to do the same thing. Carry on the legacy. Carry on his truth. Let the shit grow to the point where the Most High looks down and he sees what is working, what is growing. This, so like it, the spirit of brotherhood, the spirit of sisterhood, how black men, Hispanic men who hate each other sometimes, who sin against the Most High, they finally come together and they make amends. They work their differences out. Their black community is finally their own community. The heathens are not running anything in their own communities. They are. The next black man that decided to shoot this black person, it never happened.
Right.
Because they remember what Yahawashi said in the scriptures. What to do, what not to do when it comes to a confrontation. And the Lord is so, I mean, the Most High, like how this Bible is constructed and written is amazing. Because when Yahawashi breaks down what to do when someone has offended you, it is amazing. He stops murder.
Mm-hmm.
Based on when he says go to him and him alone, that stops the gossiping.
Mm-hmm.
That stops the stabbing. It stops the shooting.
Right.
The fighting. It stops it. It stops the exact action of sin. When you do that, you come out as a man
Mm-hmm.
and not a coward. And that's the purpose of that scripture, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's true love. Me coming to another brother, telling him his faults, telling him like, I had a problem with this.
Right.
Can we talk about this? Do you agree or do you disagree?
Right.
Can we be men for a moment? So like, not a moment. Can we be men about this?
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk this out? And if y'all niggas make that shit happen, man, you know what's gonna happen? Niggas gonna salute each other. Niggas gonna embrace each other more. That bond is gonna get tighter. And as it gets tighter, it should be harder to unbreak. When I say harder to unbreak, meaning you don't let demons slip into any cracks. You shouldn't even open any door for cracks. It should be solid. You see what I'm saying? That's how it has to be. Because if it ain't solid, that's room for Satan to come in and play.
Right.
Let me show you something let me show you a brother who showed his true colors when he showed how he really felt about black and Hispanic people. Actually, I'm not going to send this to you. I'm going to just read it right here, okay? Let me see something real quick. Let me see. Actually, I want you to get Matthew 15:8 real quick. Let me find this real quick. Let me show you what A$AP Rocky said. Let me see here. Let's see. Give me 1 second. All right, I got it right here. So you got Matthew 15:8? Come, no sweat. So let me just say this, right? A lot of people make mistakes.
Right.
Not everybody's very intelligent, in front of a camera. No one's able to, everybody's not meant to say or speak about everything, right? You got certain men who are very professional and skilled. See what I'm saying? Some people just, they get in line and they let this person be the one to speak on behalf of black and Hispanics. Lives. See what I'm saying? Everybody can't do this job, and that's okay. But there is still a position, a place for a man, woman, and child to be in order to play a part in helping and building this brotherhood within the nation of Israel.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And this is something that this man made a mistake of. See what I'm saying? This showed how he really felt about black and Hispanic people. And you could just hear the irritation of him saying it. If I was that black man in that position, I would have spoke highly. I would have spoke, You see what I'm saying? I would shame the white race.
Right.
And show some love and compassion to my race. You wanna know why? Because in the I.S.U.P.K, we love Black and Hispanic and Native Americans. Yes, we do. And we prove it and we show it. We love them because nobody else loves them. Everybody hates them. And we love them even more because that's our people, man. The Most High loves the nation of Israel. And we should love each other because we are what? Family.
Right.
We are not enemies. Okay? Although we have made enemy, although some of the Israelites have became enemies. All right? So this is what I'm going to say. This is what the brother said, A$AP Rocky. Someone that came up to him, he was at a black event. He was at a black event, and he was pretty much explaining, someone had asked him a question about the things that's going on in Ferguson, right? And so the person that was interviewing him had asked him, it says, do you ever feel like you're being forced to address these issues? And the issues about police brutality. That was one of them, right? The main issue, I should say. And he says, you know, they not forcing me to do shit. Excuse my language. I'm just gonna stay black and die. Why? Because I'm black. So every time something happens because I'm black, I gotta stand up. What the F am I? Al Sharpton now? And then he says, you know, I'm A$AP Rocky. I did not sign up to be no political activist. I want to talk about, you know, my lean, my best friend dying, the girls that come in and out of my life, the jiggy fashion that I wear, my new inspiration in drugs. I don't want to talk about no Ferguson, no effing Ferguson and shit because I don't live over there. You hear this, right?
Right.
You hear this? Come. I live Soho, and you say I live in the effing Soho in Beverly Hills. I can't relate. I'm in the studio and I'm in these fashion studios. I'm in these bitches, Salakia, draws, and I'm not doing anything outside of that. And that's what the brother said, man, back in 2016. And this is terrible, man. And what he said just lets me know what everybody says.
Right.
That is rich and famous, that don't give a damn, that don't stand up, or even those that don't say a goddamn thing about Black and Hispanic people, lives at all.
Right.
Go ahead.
Draw what you just said, you know what I'm saying? They do, most majority of them do things like that because they interviewing Lil Wayne, right?
Right.
And he was saying, you know what I'm saying? I don't see racism. Look at me, I'm a rich ass black man. You know
I remember that, yeah.
You know that? You know
I remember that.
Same thing, draw look like that's stripped out anything like that. You know what I'm saying? They feel like, you know what I'm saying, they don't see racism because, you know what I'm saying, white. But at the same time, they just doing that to keep them brainwashed. You know what I'm saying? They don't realize that. Give them that little money to keep them brainwashed, you know what I'm saying? Keep them separate from their own people.
And I'm glad that you said that too, because there's a precept on that actually. That's on this page. Can you read that? Was that it, or you want to elaborate? If you want to elaborate, go ahead.
That's it, that's it.
Okay, read that real quick. I might change that scripture. Go ahead.
Verse 8, right?
Yeah, Con.
Come. Matthew, chapter 15, verse 8. This people draw nigh unto me with their mouth.
Actually, no. Salakia. Get Ecclesiastes 7:7. That's going to be the Old Testament.
Ecclesiastes.
Old Testament, yep. Come. Ecclesiastes 7:7. Let me show you something about these black leaders. The so-called men and women that love Black and Hispanics, or say they do. See what I'm saying? Let me show you something real quick. You got it? No sweat. Now, while the brother's finding that, I want to say this specifically. As y'all know that in headlines, Eric Gardner's killers, murderers are still on the streets. Policing, or what they say policing is. They are out there patrolling the streets in that place that Eric Gardner died at. Was it New York or Philly or something like that?
New York, if I'm not. Eric Garner was in, that's when they choked out.
Yeah, choked.
That's in New York.
New York. See what I'm saying? They are still running around in the streets on their way to find their next victim, like they did Eric Gardner that day. All right? Keep going. Go ahead. You got it?
Go
ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Surely oppression make a wise man mad.
One more time.
Surely oppression maketh wise. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. We see the oppression. We see what is being done to our own. We hate it. We're not satisfied with the response. We say no justice, no peace, but we ain't getting anything.
Right.
But the same result, the same, more murdering, more, more black lives being lost, more of our women being, prostitutes. It's so crazy because we go back to doing the same thing. Black and Hispanic people, like when somebody dies, right? When somebody dies, they're all mad and upset. They're amped up for a time. And then they go back to their regular lives. Even that says a lot. That says a lot about us. That shows that we are not serious. When it says for oppression make the wise man mad, understand that that's us in the U.P.K. Us brothers and sisters. We are upset at the oppression that's being done. We're not just mad when someone dies within that time frame. Black and Hispanic people in the world, they are upset for just a small period of time. And then they go back to the weed. They go back to the club.
Right.
They go back to living a wicked life. And nobody, thinks about, let's continue this type of spirit. Let's continue this. Like let me change myself. Maybe no one thinks about, maybe it's me. Maybe there's something that I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? Something that I'm missing on the fact that this keeps happening to us. No one thinks about what can I do? How can I, put myself in a position to where this never happens again?
Right.
Like the I.S.U.P.K does a lot. The work that we do, because the Most High is with us, the work that we do really helps Black and Hispanics. Because the brothers and sisters that are serious about the Most High, that are tired of seeing what is being done to us as a nation, as a people, they put themselves in a position of working in the work, in the work of the Lord. They are constantly here. They show their face. They correct their lives. They walk in a righteous manner in this place called life.
Right.
They don't make no excuse. We teach brothers and sisters how they should be, the right way. We don't go back into the world. We don't go back to that thing that was once us, that is not us anymore. That old man, that old woman. We don't go back to those things. And we don't play ourselves. We don't lie to ourselves. We are serious. Like how Yahushua said that he's about his Father's business. That's how every man and woman in the I.S.U.P.K has to be. Because if we don't keep that type of zeal, that spirit, that drive to keep fighting against this spiritual wickedness, against this devil, then what's going to happen? We are going to stay in the same place, which is captivity. We are never going to move forward. We are going to be stuck always.
Right.
Then there's going to be another 400 years. And then that 400 years is going to turn to 1,000 years.
Right.
And then it might just be forever. But it's up to Black and Hispanic people that want to get this thing right, that really want this to stop. So read that one more time, huh?
Come. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
One more time.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. If you say what's being done to Black and Hispanic people, you should be angry and upset. But you being angry and upset, understand that that is an emotion that you can use. And how you want to use those emotions is you want to channel it to fighting for Black and Hispanic people. All that anger, all that frustration, all the depression, all the anxiety that you have, instead of putting all of that into the weed, into the drugs, into the whores, into any filthy thing that you are doing, what you can do is use those emotions, use that anger, use all those things that you have and learn how to use it in the UPK. Because all the anger, the frustration, sometimes brothers cry seeing what's happening to our nation. All the depression that we suffer for watching our people die the way that they do,
Right.
suffer the way that they do. All these things that you are experiencing, you can use all those things to fix your nation. Because you're so angry, you're going to use the aggression to fight up against whatever is fighting you,
Right.
and fighting your people. You're not going to fight the oppression with the things that pleases your flesh. It's not going to happen. You're not going to win. You're going to lose every time. It's going to change your perspective.
Right.
It's going to change the way that you think, the way that you feel about your people. If you want to talk about feelings or emotions, man, you want to think about your people. Because if you, one minute you feel uneasy about what's going on with your people. But as soon as those drugs kick in, it's like, it's whatever, man. As soon as this whore satisfies your void, you don't give a damn about your people. You don't give a damn about your people, man.
Right.
It is pleasing to the Lord to work and strive to get your people off of drugs, to get them to stop begging a white man for who the hell they are, man. You shouldn't have to let a white man know who you are, man. They already know who you are. But you should know that you are a child of the Most High, that you are an Israelite. You have to have some dignity about yourself, man. Your name should shine all over this goddamn world, because your name has a lot of royalty in it. But right now, the honor, the respect is not given. You are a laughingstock amongst these heathens, man. And that must stop and change. But it's only going to stop and change when we learn how to change ourselves once again. Because niggas right now don't love niggas. Hispanics and niggas are enemies right now. Right. The Native Americans is drinking themselves to death. The rate of suicide and drug use and rape is high on the reservations, man. The starvation is terrible on the reservations. That's what needs to stop. And keep going on that. When it says, for oppression makes the wise man mad.
And the gift destroys the heart.
And the gift destroys the heart, man. The thing that the white man gives you can destroy your heart. The money, the cars, the clothes, and the whores. All those vain things that fills your void is a gift that destroys your heart. What does that mean? It means that when it destroys your heart, man, you don't got, for example, let me say, these things that has been given to you, these devices, you love them so much to the point where you don't have no love for your own people, for yourself. The actions that you show, that you portray, says a lot about yourself, man. A lot of people don't lend to the homeless. They work just for their family.
Right.
They keep them to the side. They kick them to the curb. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever took care of a black man, a black woman? Have you ever saw a sister with her and just her baby, strung out on drugs that need food, that needs some milk? So I'm saying that needs some shelter, man, because winter's on its way. Man, there's a story about how a brother in Minnesota died on somebody's porch, trying to get shelter. He died on the porch because he froze to death. He froze so bad that there was the outside layer, his skin was turning colors, man. That's how I mean, that's how terrible it was. He died because he froze to death. It was below zero. You know what I'm saying? It was too damn cold outside. This man died on somebody's porch and he froze to death. See what I'm saying? If that was me, I would have brought that man to my house, man. Not knowing who the hell this man was. But of course, you know what I mean? He could have been a danger. But if that's one of my own, I'll bring him in that household, man. I'll take care of him. And that's the spirit that you gotta have, man. You gotta protect those that need protection. The white man don't need protection because he has it already. You wanna know why? That house that he got off of you, off of your back, off of everything that you do for the white man, he got that from you. The reason why the white man's living so good and lovely in the heavenly state is because he's took everything from you. He's working off of your back every day. He's coming up with ways to get rich off of you, and you don't know it. The white man should be begging you for Section 8, welfare, food for your children. I mean, food for their children. The white man should be coming to you, and there will come a time and a place when he will. But in order for us to be great again, we have to show the Most High that we can be righteous, right, that we can take this thing seriously, that we can defeat the battles and trials and tribulations in this world, that we can finally stop killing each other, that we can speak highly of each other and get along for once, that discrepancies, all these vain things that do not matter, we can get rid of all these things and not let it destroy our family, our love for one another. Right. It can't destroy the bond that we have for each other. We would never forget the things that was taught to us throughout this Bible. That's the type of spirit that we got to be in, man. It's so easy to slip into the world, into the emotions, how you feel, how you think. All that shit got to stop, man. We can't have that. You can't survive like that as a nation. You can't. Problems will come about, and if there's no wisdom, foolish things will happen. The murdering, the fighting, niggas swinging on each other, the stabbing. You know, I mean, a sister lost her baby in the middle of a fight. She was pregnant, and someone shot a gun. A sister shot a gun, and it hit the other sister in the stomach. The sister is alive, but she went to jail, and she lost her baby. That is terrible, man. Wow. That's absolute hell. All right. Salaki, what time is it now? Salaki. So the gift destroys the heart, man. The fact that anybody has the fact that these brothers and sisters can speak all these evil things about each other, man, the gift destroys the heart, man. Wow. A$AP Rocky said those things back in 2016. I understand the brother made a mistake. It's better to watch your mouth than to be made look like a fool. See what I'm saying? It's better to watch your tongue, the things that you say, because those things can come back. Things that you do can come back, and they can hit your ass hard. All All right. So get second Ezra 6 and 9. Oh, Salak, you want to see it? Salak, my bad. Second Ezra. Yeah, Ezra is in there. Ezra and Ezra is the same person, by the way.
The time is 8:45 at the Minneapolis Central Library.
You got it?
Closing in 15 minutes.
Yep, second Ezra 6 and 9. And I'm gonna cut it off with this right here, man. Second Ezra 6 and 9 is where we're gonna go next. If you got it, go ahead and get it.
Come. Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
For what?
For Esau is the end of the world.
For Esau is the end of the world. Keep going.
And Jacob is the beginning.
And Jacob is the what?
Is the beginning.
And Jacob is the beginning. So Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob is the beginning. And what this means, right now, the white man, Esau, the so-called Edomites, are ruling on earth right now. They are the ones in power. They got the key to the earth. They got first dibs on everything. Everything that you see, every time you go outside or shit, anywhere. When you look on TV, who do you see? You see whites. When you go outside, everything is white. When I say everything is white in this world, meaning we got the white man's print on it.
Right.
It got his, identity on it, his DNA. See what I'm saying? Everything in this earth says the white man rules this. He's in power. When you get killed on the streets, understand that he's in power. And you get no justice, you look at like we ran the civil rights movement for many years. The civil rights movement was something looked upon as glorious. But the civil rights movement, sadly mistaken, it got us nowhere. It was a waste of time. It was absolutely a waste of time. Because we're still going through the same thing. How long should we have to fight to beg uncivil people for some type of civil justice or rights? Because what's going to happen is we are going to lose our life. We are going to be made a fool. They're going to kill us more. They're going to rob us more. They're going to lie to us with philosophies and doctrines that do not pertain to you, that hurt you more. And they're ultimately just going to keep revealing themselves to be the devil that the Bible speaks of. Read that one more time.
Verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
For Esau is the end of the world. Esau's reign on the earth is going to end very soon. Right now he is in power, but his kingdom is falling apart slowly. But it's going to fall. And he is going to fall on the ground. He's going to hit his face. And then somebody is going to step over him and take his seat that was stolen. Somebody's going to take that seat. Someone's going to be on that throne. And that's going to be YAHANNA with the government of the 144,000. Our government, the 144,000 who are sealed in their heads. All right? Who got the mark of the Most High. Keep going.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You remember back in Genesis how the birth of Esau and Jacob, and who had their hand on? Who had their hand on whose hill? Hill. Yep.
SHALAM. Jacob had his hand on Esau's hill.
And that is a representation of what? So the first is coming out, and then the other one is coming out right after. So you understand that, right? See what I'm saying? So one is first, and after that first one, here comes the second. See what I'm saying? Read that one more time.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Before that, from the top.
Verse 9, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Esau is the end of the world. That's a prophecy. That is a prophecy. That's when Yahushua is going to come. He is the end of the world, but Jacob is the one that followeth after. Oh man, niggas is going to rule the earth. And when we get back on top, we ain't finna come down, man. Ain't nobody finna be where the white man is at, man. We are going to be in heaven, and they are going to be at the bottom. They are going to be in hell. They're going to have to serve us. They are going to be in slavery. It's going to be them forever in slavery. And it's not going to, no one's going to play tag back and forth in rulership. That's not going to happen. Once we are at the top, we're staying there. And these heathens will be at the bottom. And they will serve and keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. They won't know their gods. Those so fake gods anymore, man. Right. Ain't no Christianity around here. Ain't no Buddhism baptism. Ain't no white man thinking that they're going to kill another nigga.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. Our sisters are not going to be a victim of human trafficking behind the hands of these senators that only get 5 years of probation or just probation period. Disgusting bastards, man. They are only going to get probation but never no jail time. See what I'm saying? These disgusting bastards. And that's what's going to happen. Read it one more time. So like I love the scripture, man.
For Esau is the For Esau is the end of the world.
For Esau is the end of the world. Keep going.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
And Jacob is the one Jacob is the beginning that follows. In order to get to Jacob being the one next in line to take this world over, to take this entire earth in our hands, we got work to do, man. And no excuses, man. We got work to do.
Right.
Do whatever you have to do to make that happen. If that means you got to make sacrifices, you better do it. If you love Black and Hispanics. See what I'm saying? If you truly love your nation, you truly believe in brotherhood and sisterhood, unity between Hispanics who hate niggas, true unity between niggas and Native Americans who hate each other. All these tribes, all these, tribes of people, man, all 12 tribes who don't know each other, who don't know that they family. If you believe in bringing them back together and putting them in a whole big, what's the word? Putting them in this place, calling themselves a nation again. We got work to do, man. Because right now we are individuals. It's how people look at it.
Right.
You want to put them in this whole mindset of, yeah, we a nation, we an army. That's what we are. We ain't no individuals, man. We ain't separate, man. I'm not this, I'm not that, man. I am you and you are me, man. We Israel.
Right, the concept.
The concept, the water. We got to put ourselves in this whole concept of we are a nation and we are a people. We ain't separate from each other, man. We very much the same. We very close. See what I'm saying? We a family. We got this bloodline, we got this bond that is strong and it stays together. The water for that. And with that being said, man, that's the class. I check out the Fire Weekend, man. Coming out it's Thursday, man. It starts this Thursday. We like 2 days away, 2 days away, man. The lecture is coming up. Bantu Festival. There's going to be General Muhammad teaching, Commander YAHANNA that following Monday. All right. The barbecue. You want to check out the Fire Weekend, man. This weekend in Chicago. Otherwise, check out the class tomorrow, the law class with Officer and Priest Quadash Ayana. Okay, pay your tithes, share, like, subscribe, everything I.S.U.P.K, Minneapolis. That being said, Shalom, Israel. Clap it up. All right. What up? Yeah, throughout, I've really